you've always got a guest bedroom here to, you know, to stay at. We're actually getting ready to put a fence in the backyard, which we're looking forward to. Yeah, please.
Cool.
We're doing composting, which is great. We got somebody who picks up compost every week.
Okay.
And yeah, so Roscoe will push his way back in.
How? He'll let
Because
himself.
I just half close the door
Oh,
like
okay.
that,
Yeah,
and he
he'll push
pushes his
himself.
way. Yeah, we
He's a
haven't
little dog to do that.
we haven't taught him to actually close the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at
So-
this.
You know, just
Whoa.
TV, hang out.
Nice.
Um,
Jesus Christ, this goes all the way back.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So in my work,
Wow.
yeah, actually with Ableton and other stuff is here, and then on this MacBook Pro, and then there's this machine which I've been building out, which has, you know, these a lot of stuff on here. So I again spend kind of an inordinate amount of time doing these 3D animation, you know, things. And so this is a particle simulation, for example, and it's going to make cool looking fire here in this environment. So, you know, this is like a physics test of something that hits and then the particles ignite, and they ignite with fuel, and you set levels of fuel and burn and, you know, and like all this physical stuff, and then the real, you know, the stuff actually looks real when you then take a bunch of time and go and render it. So like I've got, you know, this is like a test of water, but then the things are too big. This is just a test, and this is actually floating. So
that, yeah.
like in the 3D environment, this thing is actually, you know, it's simulated, it's not animated. So it's allowing me to do that. Or like here, this test over here, I've got like, you set tendrils, and so the playback, right now the playback's lagging for some reason, but these tendrils then, you can then determine kind of where they go.
Right?
Yeah, and what they do, and all kinds of stuff. So I've been experimenting with like clouds. So here's like, these are called, this is called volumetric displacement. So with volumetric displacement, yeah, you can kind of have, like, this is just a test, but I'm flying through the cloud here with, you know, this, and then the sun's kind of going down and changing, and this is another test where it's kind of similar, doing the same thing. And then there's reflectivity on the ground, and these are low resolution, so you kind of got jittering happening there. Let's see, what was I experimenting with here? This was a particle system that's snow. So they don't actually look like snow at the moment, but you just tweak them a little more, and then they look like snowflakes, but they're actually kind of behaving like this kind of particular particle, where they're sticking to things and then piling up, and yeah, so there's all kinds of cool stuff like this, which, you know, this is another simulation where this isn't like the beauty part of it. This is just testing the simulation, and then once you kind of get the simulation testing the way you want it to, and moving the way you want it to, you can then go and render it out so that it can either match real world footage or just be its own kind of cool look or whatnot. Yeah, this is another one where I was testing. This is water pouring in, and then the cloud moving in, and then particle system kind of moving up here. And so it's just a lot of time tweaking and figuring out like how this shit works. So, yeah. And then this is the actual software. And then when you go into this, so like this software here, it's like, I don't recommend it to anybody, but like this plugin was $800.
Oh.
This plugin was $400. They're just plugins. They're not even the main software. They're plugins. This was $800. This here, Turbulence was another 800. These are like $400. But they do so many cool things. Like this makes trees blow in the wind. It's just ridiculous, you know. And it's all the stuff that visual effects are made out of or games are made out of. And I'm tooling away here myself, and I'm making money teaching it, but also have the opportunity to get clients, and then with my own independent stuff, and then if there's a bigger production project that comes along, I can, you know, hire people and know what's going on, as opposed to, you know, bringing people on board that say, oh, this is just magic and we're going to charge you 10 times more or whatever. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, it's just a route I've continued to work on and tool away at. But like this thing here, I actually pulled out the power supply, and these puppies are like these graphics cards. So these are called Titan X, NVIDIA Titan X graphics cards, and there's even a type of graphics card architecture that they belong to. So these originally are like $2,000 each. And so what they do is they allow this stuff to be rendered much more quickly, like the fire and the simulated water and the, you know. So it's nice. I spent a lot of time here just kind of tweaking this, or the writing that I'm doing on this script. Like this short film right now, I've been picking away at it for quite a while. But like I say, it's generated interest, and it's got this guy that has like $500,000 in high-end equipment, and he's a producer, and he shoots on TV shows and movies. And
oopsie, did I do that?
No, I think I did. And he's like, you know, let's keep putting this thing together and make it. And so what the hell, you know? Yeah. It's a nice combination, being able to go teach people, not do the college thing anymore. I mean, I did that for 7 years, and it got to be, I think, way a pain in the ass, just for so fucking little amount of money. Yeah. And then these kids today, I'm like, after a while, just I love that the fact that the youth is continuing our species into the future. But fuck you otherwise. Oh, sorry. Was that being recorded?
Show me this thing.
No. And I mean, I taught for 7 years, and actually, nice to not be doing it like that anymore. These workshops are, they're just 2 or 3 days. No homework, no discipline. They're adults, although sometimes adults are just as bad as the, you know, whatever, teenagers. But you know, yeah.
Do they pay on their own, or the company sends it?
No, these companies get customers themselves, and I'm one of a number of instructors that just floats between them, and then I just spend the rest of my time doing my own projects, but it's the skills that allow me to make money teaching this stuff. So like Adobe Premiere Pro, even Photoshop sometimes, After Effects. There's a color correction software called DaVinci Resolve, which does visual effects, video editing, and color correction, actually audio as well. So, you know, these are all, and it's interesting, like so many companies everywhere, it doesn't matter what they do, they're like throwing video editing at somebody, like their communications people, or their, you know, their graphics people, or their PR people, or whatever it is. And so they're often sending people to get trained in this different software. And this area in particular, there's a lot of agency people and military people, and, you know, even like people from agencies that I politically would not necessarily be wanting to work with as a trainer for some Adobe software. Yeah, but it's interesting too. Like I was training these FBI guys in audio production, Adobe Audition, which is audio production, because they listen to prisoners' phone calls, and the prisoners do code talking. And so sometimes the prisoners just want privacy, and sometimes they're running a gang, you know, set of commands or whatever out of the prison. So we're cleaning up, you know, listening to stuff and trying to clean up things and all these controls and whatnot. And then also they're just 2 guys, you know, with them for a day, and they're just like anybody. I mean,
like you see on
so right
TV.
Yeah. So yeah. And then we haven't lit this in a while because this was throwing out smoke, but this is a mess. I gotta clean this up. But I got a bunch of machines that I need to sell. I have like I have like 30 Macs here, which
Really?
is just ridiculous. Yeah, because I'll show you, because I was building a render farm. So these kinds of machines, these are all monitors. That's the main tower there. There's tons of stuff in there, tons of tech. But then all these here,
God.
I was buying them up and collecting them, but now the technology's moved to GPUs, to rendering GPUs. So here,
What's a GPU?
graphics cards.
Oh, okay.
So now instead of buying, you've heard of render farms that make like the Pixar stuff.
No.
So they,
But anyway, go ahead.
well, it's like you
Okay,
buy a bunch of
Pixar stuff.
computers, you string them together,
Yeah.
and it makes your animations that much faster.
Yeah.
Now you buy a bunch of graphics cards and you string them together. So I've got all these here, and then this closet is full of actually iMacs. So I have to, like, they're all working too. Like all back there,
Yeah.
all those are like iMacs. They go back to the wall. It's ridiculous because they're not powerful enough, and the electrical
To
pull
run
in
that
here.
program.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be worth it for me to go this route of this technology. So buying additional graphics cards is now what I'm doing. Also, you guys, I don't know if you've ever. This is amazing. I should bust it out actually, and you guys should. This is Oculus Rift.
Oh.
So this is full VR,
Oh,
and
shit.
it is just
No.
wonderful. Yeah, it's so much
I've never
fun.
seen it before.
It's
I've
so
never-
trippy. I'll take it upstairs and we can turn it on because it's
shit.
independent. It doesn't plug into anything. It just works on its own. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, I just and then the conceptualization of stuff like this. This short film is a woman who's in a relationship and she's fighting with her boyfriend. She's she's moving into military contracting, and she's a rocket designer, but the military contracting's offering her much more money.